Hey, I was just like you a few months ago. A new photographer with a crazy passion for taking photos, but I didn't know how to start getting paid for it. I started doing photography in the past year or two, and I've learned a few things about getting clients and anything to do with that. I think I found some tips that you guys might like and you might not have heard before. Number one, very, very important one when you're first starting out, use your relatives for connections. If you don't use this in the start, it's gonna be really hard. And there's obviously other ways to get clients, but this is a really good idea. So, using your relatives for connections, that means one of your family members works for a company or something and you could ask them to request if you could chat with the business owner or something and potentially arrange to take some photos. And this was all just being used through your connection with your family member. So in my situation, I was able to, one, get a job with a local business called Children's Fairyland in Oakland through my dad who works in the area and knows the people who run Fairyland. So I was able to use that connection to get a photography job, and now it might turn into something that's longer lasting than just one job. And the second one is not necessarily my relative, but one of my friends at school. He is a race car driver, and he pretty much reached out to me asking for me to take photos for his car race that he was doing. So I did that, and it was actually a really good experience. And this is me just stressing this idea that there's so many connections around you, and try to take advantage of that to the fullest that you can before you start moving on to bigger and bigger people. Number two, not a huge one, but this is a situation where a family member reaches out for you to get the photography job, and if that company or business or whatever gives you a price or says they'll pay you after selecting your photos, I would recommend taking whatever price they're gonna give you, take whatever money they're gonna give you, because at the start, you're just starting out, you wanna get more clients, you wanna build your portfolio, and then eventually you can start asking for more or initiating this pricing from the start, maybe asking for half at the start, half after. But when you're at the start, just building a nice community with your clients, and you just want to come off as a nice person, so whatever price within reason that they want to pay you, take that. But don't use this advice when you're farther into the photography realm, because know your worth. I really hate to say this, but practice, please. Like, so many situations where you're not going to succeed if you don't practice, just like I'm not going to succeed as a YouTuber if I don't keep practicing, making videos, becoming better. And if you want to support me in this whole process, subscribe, woo! Okay. But yeah, practicing completely changed the outcome of me as a photographer in the past year. My photographs started off really bad. I thought they were good. And you might think your photos are good, but let's be honest, they're not. I hate to say it, they're not. And my photos, I mean, I think some of them are good now, but they have so much work to be improved on, and just knowing that and accepting it and practicing and getting better is already gonna put you a step ahead, because quality is so important when you're going to your clients, when you're showing them your portfolios and you're showing them all your photos that you've taken. Like, make sure that they're as good as you can get them to be, and practicing is gonna get that. Don't sit around, don't go out and then take photos once and then use them for your portfolio and like for clients for the next year, okay? You need to show your progress, because progress is a big thing too. Yeah, so just this idea about practicing, just even if you don't want to go out, take photos, you know, try to, I mean, this should be a passion of yours, so do it as if it is your passion. It doesn't have to feel like a job or anything like that if you don't want it to be. Another thing I would recommend, just from other people's experiences, is social media or anything like that. You know, YouTube's a big one. Getting successful on YouTube and that whole realm can be very exciting. You can make a lot of money, but just being able to begin that process now when you're young and build your social media presence is super important, especially later in life if you're trying to do photography, because having a social media presence, having this presence online on Instagram, on YouTube, it's huge for getting clients, and that's what I'm trying to build up right now. Just trying to consistently post videos about my photography, videos about any other thing I'm interested in, just trying to get my name out there, you know. So yeah, quick video. Please listen to everything I said, because I know it'll actually really help you. And I'll see you in about a week. Goodbye. Subscribe, like, whoop whoop. Oh god, I just realized this was on my head the whole time. Why didn't anyone tell me?